just want to start by saying, upon the hypothetical passing of this bill, we have one positive cause which will create, or rather, definancialize the tobacco industry, right? But we have a greater effect that this bill will cause.
Ngaphandle nje kokwenza ihaba kulo yonke lento ngokuphathelene nalomthetho sivivinyo kodwa kukhona okuhle okungathi uma kuxoxwa ngawo kubhekwe ukuthi yini inhloso yawo lomthetho sivivinyo.
Problems like majority of our young professionals which are employed in the mine sector, in engineering sectors, they use nicotine and tobacco as a coping mechanism to deal with stress, which is particularly the underlying issue that we have here.
Okokuqala nje uma sibheka intsha yethu efundile esebenza njengonjiniyela nalapho esebenza khona inosebenzo omningi ebhekene nawo besiba nencindezi bese izithola ke seyisebenzisa ugwayi ngenxa yencindezi yasemsebenzini.
With having to use nicotine as well as tobacco, as a form of coping mechanism, they are rather running away from the fact that they would resort to using drugs like your heroin, your crystal meth, as well as your marijuana.
Ibalekela ke ngenxa yokuthi ke yona ikhetha ukusebenzisa lo sisidakamizo okuthiwa nicotine isuke ibalekela noma inqena ukuthi isebenzise isidakamizo ezimbi kakhulu ezifana neheroin nelunye inhlobo zezidakamizwa besiphephela kwi-nicotine.
Upon having said that, I would like to reject this bill, but rather would say, you reject, you reject.
Ngakho lokho ke engifuna ukusho ukuthi ngenxa yalokho nginquma ukungawamukeli mina lomthetho sivivinyo.
But would ask rather the members of the parliament to really focus upon communal services of supportive therapy that we can issue towards our community, because in most cases children have access to tobacco, to nicotine through adults, meaning an adult today will sleep knowing that they have money for bread that they had received from a youngling that is in need of the nicotine as well as the tobacco that the adult is going to buy for them.
Ngithi asiqhamuke neindlela ke mina lapha emphakathini wethu zokwelapha intsha yethu ezingasiza ukuze yelapheke. Ngokwesibonelo abantu abadala bathengisa ke ugwayi njengoba sisho into efana nenicotine ukuze bathole imali. Ngakho uthi umuntu omdala ehamba eyolala ebusuku esuke bonga ukuthi imali unayo kodwa leyo mali usuke eyithole ngokudayisela ingane ugwayi.
Because we are aware that in all the packages and everything that comes from nicotine, it clearly states that tobacco is not good for your health. Yet our youngings, our youth still adheres to tobacco and everything only because they had received access from a person that is above the age of 18. So in order to rather focus the finances that will fund this bill on having supportive therapy to the youngins so that they know how to deal with stress, they know how to handle their anger instead of resorting to using nicotine as well as tobacco.
Siyazi ukuthi amaphakethe amaningi agwayi uma eqhamuka asuke vele nezixwayiso ezisuke zibhalwe kuwona. Kodwa ke ngenxa yencindezi abantu abasuke benayo bazithola sebewusebenzisa kakhulu. Ngakho kungakuhle ukuba uhulumeni azame ukugxila kakhulu ekutheni iziphi indlela ezingasetshenziswa ukubhekana nalolu bhubhane lokuthengiswa kwagwayi einganeni ukuze zithole ukwelapheka.
And this will really help, or rather improve the use of nicotine within our community, because with majority of us as a youth, we grew up watching, I want to say soapies like Soap Buddies, whereby we are made aware of the harmful nature of what drugs will cause once you adhere to the use of drugs. So therefore, in terms of us, instead of passing a bill rather that allows them to say you're not allowed to buy tobacco or nicotine or anything electronic by the age of 18, let's rather focus on showing them that this is how you're supposed to deal with particular stress, this is how you deal with your anger, so that it kills a further market later. Because if you restrict it to 18, you're just only bundling me up to say, when I'm 18, I want to know what it's like to smoke. So if we kill the need and the desire to smoke, then we have effectively killed the whole tobacco within our community.
Thank you very much. Your time is up.
Makusetshenziswe ke inhlelo ke manje izosiza lezi ingane ngokwesibonelo ngesikhathi sikhula kwakuba nezinhlelo kumabona kude ezivezayo njengo Soul Buddies ukuthi kuyingozi ngani ukusebenzisa ugwayi ngakho lezo inhlelo zisengasiza ke kwenza futhi ukuthi kunokuthi kuphasiswe lo mthetho akusuke manje indaba yeminyaka yokuthi uma usuneminyaka engu18 usungakwazi ukubhema ngoba kwenza ukuthi enye intsha ihluleke ukubhekana nolaka nezinye inkinga ilinde ukuthi uma sengineminyaka engu18 ngizokwazi ke manje ukukhululeka ngokomthetho ukusebenzisa ugwayi.
Good day, everyone.
Ngiyanibingelela nonke.
My name is Fiso Mtembu, and
Igama lami uSifiso Mthembu.
I'm a scientist by profession.
Ngingusosayensi ngokomsebenzi.
I'm against this bill in its current form because the proposed bill combines regulation and laws on cigarettes and electronic nicotine delivery systems.
Inyawo enqaba nami lo mthetho sivivinywa ngiwamukeli ngenxa ukuthi uhlanganisa imithetho nemithetho nqubo ndawonye kugwayi ngokwawo kanye nasendleleni yokuhambisa ikakhulukazi kulogwayi osebenzisa imishini ye-electronic.
This should not be the approach. An important consideration when proposing regulation is that non-combustible alternatives are not cigarettes and should not be treated as such.
Ngicabanga ukuthi akufanele kwenziwe kanjalo bekungafanele kuxutshwe ngabhande linye konke kuboshwe kunalokho bekufanele kuqhamuke nendlela yokuhlukanisa lezi zinhlobo zikagwayi.
Cigarette smoke resulting from the process of combustion contains thousands of chemicals, many that are known to be linked to the development of smoking-related diseases.
Siyaziwa ukuthi ukubhema ngokwakho kuneyinhlobonhlobo eziningi zamakhemikhali akhona ogwayini agcina eseholele ngisho nasezifuweni ezibi.
These harmful chemicals are the direct results of thermochemical processes of combustion, which are absent and greatly reduced in products that do not combust, like heat-not-burn products.
Ngakho kuyabonakala ukuthi lamakhemikhali asuke elapho ayingozi kubantu uma njengoba besuke bewasebenzisa kodwa futhi angahlukaniswa angabi ingozi uma esetshenziswa ezintweni ezingokhelwa ngomlilo.
Applying risk proportionate.
Asisazwa ispeaker. Sicela umsindo wehle kancane.
Okay. Applying risk proportionately allows for non-combustible products to be promoted to the 11 million smokers in our country. Furthermore, considering that over 60% of smokers have expressed interest in quitting smoking, there is real opportunity to take advantage of the fact-based communication to provide clarity around new products.
Manje sekuyithuba lokusiza njengoba kwaziwa ukuthi nesigidi ezingu11 zabantu abawusebenzisayo kube bekhona futhi abanye abazimisele ngokuwuyeka ngakho uma kungaba nemfundo ingabasiza kakhulu ukuthi bakwazi ukugcina benqobile.
Our government needs to introduce a separate category for electronic nicotine delivery systems, just like the FDA in the USA and the Ministry of Health in New Zealand. Let us learn from the countries that have reduced their smoke prevalences, like Sweden, Japan, and the UK.
Makufundwe kwamanye amazwe ukuthi bakuhlukanisa kanjani lokho uma kuziwa kule mshini yokusebenzisa ugwayi yokubhema njenge FDA yase United States amazwe akwazile ukunqoba ugwayi njenge New Zealand ukuthi uma bekuhlukanisa iziphi izifundo nohulumeni wethu angazithola kuwona.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Good afternoon, Slalo Committee.
Ngiyanibingelela to you, Chairman, as well as the committee.
Thank you for my 15 minutes.
Ngiyabonga ngemzuzu yami ngu15.
Chair, I feel your pain. You stood up and you instructed us that people, when they take this podium, they should not be insulting.
Ngizwelana nawe sihlalo ngoba ukhulumile ukuthi uma umuntu ekhuluma lapha akufanele kube khona ukuhlambalaza.
But there is a speaker that continues to speak and he insults people. I hope you've taken note and when we are in Joburg, he's not going to speak.
Ngiyethemba ubonile ukuthi sikhona isikhulumi lapha besilokhu sifika lapha sikhuluma amagama angemahle ngakho ngithemba ukuthi uma sesifike eJohannesburg ngeke sikhulume.
Education is very important.
Imfundo ibaluleke kakhulu.
One of the speakers, I think it was third from where I was sitting,
Esinye isikhulumi cishe besingesesithathu kulapho bengihleli khona.
oh, I'm against the bill. I always forget.
Angisho lokhu kungaze ngikhohlwe angihambisani mina nalomthetho sivivinyo.
So the speaker was for the bill.
Leso sikhulumi sona sasibesiusekela umthetho sivivinyo.
Now, when we speak about education, the speaker was for the bill, but the points that he made, they made sense because he speaks about the issues that are affecting the men in the street.
Lesi sikhulumo esikhulumile besiusekela umthetho wesivivinyo futhi namaphuzu ebesiwaveza abenayo ingqondo ezwakala ngoba abekhulumela umuntu ohamba pha le ngaphandle emgwaqweni.
Hence, I say education is important.
Yingakho ngithi imfundo ibalulekile.
Now, we need to separate fiction from facts because this is not Netflix.
Kufanele sifunde ukuhlukanisa inganekwane neqiniso ngoba lena kuyona iNetflix.
So, we speak over each other, and what we fail to realize is that we have a common enemy.
Sithi njengoba sikhuluma mhlawumbe izinto esigcina nathi sisodwa singaziqondi bese sikhohlwa ukuthi kodwa isitha esibhekene naso sisodwa.
Our current laws are adequate.
Imithetho esinayo njengamanje sinayo yanele.
But we've got players or organizations that do not respect the current laws.
Kodwa sinabantu lapha noma inhlangano ezingayihloniphi lemithetho.
In our honest opinion,
Uma nje ngikhuluma iqiniso ngokombono wethu,
do we think enacting this into law
ingabe sicabanga ukuthi ukuthatha lomthetho sivivinyo siwenze ube umthetho?
these people that are not respecting the current law,
Laba bantu abangawuhloniphi lemithetho esinawo,
would they respect this new law?
bazoshintsha ke bese bewuhlonipha umthetho omusha.
We are creating a problem on top of a problem.
Sakha inkinga siyakhele phezukwenye.
In conclusion,
Sengiphetha.
I want to bring this analogy since it's a Sunday.
Nakho engifuna ukwethula kini njengoba namhlanje kuyisonto.
King Solomon was a wise man, as we are told.
Inkosi uSolomoni sizwa kuthiwa yayihlakaniphile.
These two women approaches King Solomon.
Abesifazana ababili baye enkosini uSolomoni.
They have one dead body, dead baby. One baby is dead and one is alive.
Babephethe insane ezimbili, olunye lufile, olunye liphila.
All of them are claiming the live baby is theirs.
Bobabili babethi ingane ephilayo yabo.
King Solomon instructs one of his servants to bring a sword
Wabe inkosi uSolomoni usibize enye inceke ukuthi ayilethe inkemba
to cut the living baby in half.
ukuze ahlukanise ingane ephilayo phakathi.
The baby, the mother, who's not the mother,
Umama.
celebrates this thing.
Umama okodwa bekungeyena umama walengane wajabula ngalokho.
And
Thank
The-
you very much.
the mother, you don't want to hear my story, Shay. We'll finish it outside.
Good afternoon to the chairperson of the committee as well as the committee at large, as well as everybody in attendance.
Ke dumedishe modulasetulo, komite, mmogo le bohle ba leng gona mo.
My name is Lesego Mateme and I'm from the South African Tobacco Free Youth Forum.
Leina la ka ke Lesego Mateme ke tswa ko South African or Tobacco Free Youth Forum.
And I'm here to submit my support for the bill.
Gomme ke mo go tsweletša go thekga ga ka molaokakanywa.
Thank you, sir. The reason why I support the bill is because it aims to introduce measures that will advance the health of our community while protecting young people and pregnant women and vulnerable groups.
Jwale lebaka la gore ke thekge molaokakanywa o ke ka ge le gore o tliša magato a go ka šireletša setšhaba sa rena mmogo le go ka kgonthiša bana ba šireletšega mmogo le bao e leng gore ba hloka boitšhireletšo.
One of the key regulations that I support is the banning of advertisement of tobacco products at point of sale.
Jwale ge ntlha e nngwe ya molaokakanywa o yeo ke e thekgago ke go ka thibelwa ga go dirwa ga dikwalakwatšo mo mafelong a thekišo.
Thank you. This is because according to the Big Tobacco Tiny Target study that was conducted by the South African Tobacco Free Youth Forum,
Gomme se ke ka baka la gore se sengwe sa di nyakišo tšeo di ilego tša dirwa ke mokgatlo wa rena.
it has been seen that the tobacco industry has intensified their marketing at points of sales that are found between 300 meters away from primary and secondary schools.
Ke gore go hwetšagetše goreng ba dithekišo tša metsoko ba matlafaditše dikwalakwatšo tša bona mo mafelong ao e leng gore ke a thekišo mmogo le mafelo a e leng gore a gaufi le dikolo.
This just goes to show that their main target is not adults but the young people.
Jwale ge se se tloga se bontšha gore batho bao e leng gore ba tloga ba nepile go ka ba rekišetša ga se batho ba bagolo eupša ke bana.
I support this bill again because of the regulation or the proposal of the regulation of e-cigarettes because they are the starting point of nicotine addiction among young people.
Ke thekga molaokakanywa wo ka ge e le gore o tliša molao o e leng gore kwa taolo godimo ga disekerete tše e leng gore ke tša mohlagase ka ge e le gore tšhomišo ya disekerete tša mohlagaso ke moo e leng gore batho ba thoma gona go kgoga go fihlela e le gore ba feletša e ba makgoba a metsoko.
Although these products are marketed as harm reduction tools, we need to understand that any harm is still harm.
Jwale ge le ge e le gore di tšweletšwa jwalo ka tšeo e leng gore ga di na kotsi eupša re swantše re kwešiše gore kotsinyana e nngwe le e nngwe ke kotsi.
Also, South African research has showed that unlike in Sweden, e-cigarettes have not been effective as a cessation tool.
Jwale ge ke boe ke tšweletše gape gore dinyakišišo di tšweleditše gore tše e leng gore di hwetšagetše kua
In your
Sweden.
conclusion,
Nyakišo tšeo e leng gore di hwetšagetše kua Sweden
Has not been effective as a cessation tool.
ga di a šoma go ya le ka mokgwa o e leng gore go bolelwa ka gona.
This means that in conclusion, it's important that this bill is passed, not only to ensure that the rights of young people as well as people who do not smoke are prioritized